but fibromyalgia is not an autoimmune disease.
Someone had asked you, what do you see when you look at that Oscar, and you say you see a lot of pain. And was that because of the hard work, or is that because of the actual physical, mental pain that you had to go through up until that moment to get it?
Well, it's not a huge secret, but some of you might not know in the audience tonight or who's watching, but I struggle with mental health issues. And I struggle also with chronic pain. Some call it fibromyalgia or neuropathic pain.
What does that mean, fibromyalgia? What does that mean?
That is a very big question, Oprah. So fibromyalgia is essentially a chronic pain condition that makes your body hurt through your brain. Now, someone that might be watching this that has it might be saying, don't tell me that my fibromyalgia is in my head because my whole body hurts. And even sitting here with you today, I am in head-to-toe pain. But what's interesting about it is that I have found through neuropsych research and my relationship with my doctors that fibromyalgia can be treated through mental health therapy. And mental health is a medical condition. It should be treated as a medical condition. It should not be ignored. And
So twice you've said you have mental health issues.
Yes.
What does that mean for you? Because as I was sharing with you on the phone, I have a girls' school with girls who've come from traumatic backgrounds.
Yes.
And I didn't know until I started this school, because I had this idea that I'm going to create this school and everybody's going to come and they're going to get an education, and they're going to go out in the world and everything's going to be fabulous. I had no idea the impact that trauma has on your mental health.
Well, I've shared this with you, and I will share it again, very vulnerably with all of you. I could open my book and read it, but I'll just tell you. So I was raped repeatedly when I was 19 years old. And I also developed PTSD. And
as a result of the rape?
As a result of being raped. And also not processing that trauma. I did not have anyone help me. I did not have a therapist. I did not have a psychiatrist. I did not have a doctor help me through it. I just all of a sudden became a star and was traveling the world, going from hotel room to garage to limo to stage, and I never dealt with it. And then all of a sudden, I started to experience this incredible, intense pain throughout my entire body that mimicked actually the illness that I felt after I was raped. So what that is
Were you
called,
raped by someone you knew?
I was raped by someone that I knew repeatedly. And it was a trauma response. So when you asked me about what fibromyalgia is, what I would like for you to know and to shine a light on is that many people don't know what it is, and we need to all get together and figure this out. And this is how we're going to do it. There's the neuropsych aspect. There's also an immunity aspect, that where there is a possibility that the immune system has something to do with fibromyalgia or trauma response or neuropathic pain, whatever you want to call it. And there's also some similarities in my condition to autoimmune diseases, but fibromyalgia is not an autoimmune disease. So what I take an oath as a commitment today with you is it's 2020, and for the next decade and maybe longer, I'm going to get the smartest scientists, doctors, psychiatrists, mathematicians, researchers, and professors in the same room together, and we are going to go through each problem one by one, and we are going to solve this mental health crisis.
Famed life, your life as Lady Gaga, were you thinking those days may be over? Were you thinking?
I was thinking two different things. So to answer your first question, at some point, I had to tell people because I can't live a lie. I'm an authentic person, and here I am, and I'm perfectly imperfect, you know? It's like, and we all are. And we all have our things that we go through, and I just felt like, why wouldn't I share this when I share all of myself with the world all the time? And I could maybe help people that have had psychotic breaks or maybe are on the verge of having one, and spread my message. But when I was there, one of the very first things that we talked about in my therapy work was objectification, and that I didn't feel that I belonged to myself anymore. I felt that I belonged to the world.
Wow. So how did you get you back for you?
A lot of hard work.
Yeah. Are you still in the process of that?
I'm past that part. I feel that I belong to myself now, and I feel also that I belong to the world. And I've made peace with those things, and I'm happy with them. But, it takes the hard work the same way that this book is hard work.
Yeah.
Meaning you have to go in and you got to really answer those questions. Like, don't be crafty. Don't try to get a good score.
I thought some people, we learned a lot by watching people do it today, because I think for some people, it's the first time they've ever actually asked themselves that question, some of these questions. And it takes time to actually think about what your true answers are.
And also, the ego
Yes.
has got to go.
Because the ego just wants to score high.
Because the ego wants to win the test. Oh, A+,
Yes.
I'm perfect.
Yes.
Nope, don't do it. You're doing yourself a major disservice. Go in there and answer those questions authentically, and then study them and radically accept your score. This is where I am.
And wherever you are, that's where you're supposed to be right now.
It's where you're supposed to be right now, and then you can actually problem solve. You cannot problem solve if you're lying to yourself. See, I got to a place where I didn't know who I was anymore, so I broke. My brain shut off, right? But once I started to get to know myself again, I was able to turn all the knobs.
Why didn't you know yourself anymore? Is it because you've given so much of yourself to the little monsters, to your fans, to the world, to your work?
I just didn't stop moving. I just was moving and moving and working and dancing through insurmountable pain. And I will say it took years for me to be diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And even if you ask my psychiatrist, he doesn't even refer to it as that. He'll call it neuropathic pain or a trauma response. So I was going to the doctor all the time, getting like my whole body x-rayed, MRI'd, everything, for someone to tell me something was wrong. Like, tell me I have a herniated disc or something. And they couldn't find anything. And it was so frustrating. So I was also on tour dancing in excruciating pain. And I wasn't properly medicated. And I wasn't in therapy.
And so what were you telling yourself?
I was afraid I was going to die.
So you're performing on stage in front of thousands and thousands of people all over the world, and every night going to bed thinking you were going to die.
Yeah.
And you lived that way for how long?
I would say I lived that way for about 5 years.
That's so sad.
And I radically accept those 5 years because they made me who I am.
I get that. I get that, but it also feels, Gaga, so lonely. I think we live in this Instagrammed world where everybody wants to be famous and they want to post their lives as they want us to think that it is. And this idea of what your life is like and what we see and what we've been exposed to about you, people think, oh gosh, I would just love to have that life. You can't have this life unless you're willing to have every part of this life, including the rape, right? Yeah. You have to have take it all.
Well, including the rape and also no one wanting to help me.
Yes.
You know, in an industry where everyone has someone on each other, so no one wants to help you out.
Really?
Oh yeah. No one wanted to help me. No one wanted to help me go after that person, to put that person where they belong, which is jail.
Yeah.
And I'm not ashamed of it, but I, you know, through the whole Me Too movement, have made the personal choice not to say who it is, because I choose to not relive it. And that's my personal choice, and I hope that the world respects that.
Yes. But let's talk about the loneliness for a moment. I think everybody has this assumption that if you're famous, you're always surrounded by people who are doing things for you, and you're being supported and nourished and given everything that people imagine in their lives they would want for themselves. But it's also a lonely journey.
It's lonely, and when you have chronic pain, it's extra lonely because it's just you that has it, and you can't make someone else feel it. You feel completely alone. And let me tell you something. I might be famous, but if you think that someone's bringing me caviar all day, they're more likely to be giving me a bowl of ice to dunk my head in so I don't have a dissociative state. So my friends that I work with, I don't ever say that people work for me. They take care of me every single day so that I can be healthy and do my work, do what I love, and also because they so much believe in my mission. And for all of them that are here today, I would like to thank you so much for what you have done for me, my second family, so that I can be here with Oprah and talk to you about this importance of self-care and shine a light on something that is so important. Let's be radical. Let's change things.
So you had radical acceptance, and what you just mentioned, looking at yourself from the point of view of, I just said to a reporter yesterday, giving more love to yourself. How did you learn to move from radical acceptance to radical love for yourself first?
Well, you know, some days are better than others. Some days I have lots of self-love. Some days I have less. Some days I have lots of self-confidence. Some days I have less. But I had to radically just accept that every day can be different, and that's okay. It doesn't mean we're not moving forward. If you know, in therapy, they say sometimes when you take 3 steps forward, you might also take 1 step back. What's important is to try to keep tabs on making sure that if you take 2 steps forward, you don't also do something that takes you 10 steps backwards at the same time. So, you know, my practice and my commitment is gratitude. And
Gratitude even in the midst of the pain?
Gratitude even in the midst of the pain. I do this all the time. I will be laying on my porch in pain crying, and I will say, thank you, God, for this pain. Thank you. I surrender it to you. This pain is meant for me in my body right now. I'm here in this moment, and I'm learning. Thank you for teaching me.
Wow. Amen to that. So what's the things that you do on a regular basis to keep yourself whole? Medication. So you're medicated all the time?
Yes, every day.
Every day. What's your ritual?
If I took my pill box out, it would sound like a rattle. Like a baby rattle.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but it's kind of funny.
And has the...
But I'm healthier than I've ever been in my whole life.
Does the medication affect your creative process at all?
It does not affect my creative process. I don't take anything that does. When I get further down the road of creating this epicenter of mental health and healing, I will share more with the world on a scientific level
So
what
you're
these
not-
medicines are.
You're not on pain medication.
I take no narcotics at all. No pain no.
Yeah.
If I call my doctor and I'm in a lot of pain, and I say, I need something to take this pain away. It's just too much. It's been it's been 11 days. It's been 11 days. He says, well, you can go to the hospital and you can ask them to give you pain medication, and then I'm going to tell them no, and it's what they're going to give you is already in your purse. So just go to your purse and take your medication and be in pain in the privacy of your own home. And he doesn't mean it to be not nice to me. It's just that this is how we keep me safe. And this is how I want to keep the world safe as well. I don't want people in pain taking pain medication. This is not the way that this is going to work. People will become addicted, and there is a correlation between mental health and chronic pain, and mental health is the biggest crisis in the world, right? So what's happening is while mental health is the biggest health crisis that we have, right? There's also chronic neuropathic pain being produced by this.
So I want to just be clear, because I don't want people leaving here today saying, she's on drugs. I want to be very clear. So you're on antidepressants?
I'm on antidepressants. I am on a medicine called methylcarbamol, and I am on an antipsychotic called olanzapine. And I take a few other things that are stress-based.
Yeah.
But I want to be very careful about saying any of this, in a public way to tell anyone what to take. This is not, it's not the same for everyone. So I want to be very clear that if you feel that you need help, you need to go to a psychiatrist, and you need to be properly evaluated by that psychiatrist so that you can get the help that you truly need. What I take is not necessarily what you need to take.
And did you have to go through a series of different drugs until you got the right one? Because I know a lot of times I've been with people.
Yes, I did. I had to go through a series. And actually, one that helped me the most was a drug called modafinil. I don't know if anyone knows that drug, but it's in the morning when I wake up, I'm in tremendous pain most of the time, and it just kind of turns the lights on, and my brain just kind of wakes up, and then before I know it, the pain starts to dissipate a little bit.
So,
but no narcotics.
No narcotics.
No pain pills.
No pain pills.
No Xanax.
Not even a Xanax.
Not even a Xanax.
Okay.
I'm not judging you.
Okay, don't.
I mean, we could offline have a conversation about other drugs that are better than Xanax,
Okay,
maybe.
but listen, I started taking Xanax after my dog Luke we needed Luke to take Xanax to fly because he was like a wreck flying, and it calmed him, so I thought, I might need one of those.
Yeah.
So when I'm traveling...
Traveling or when you sign your tax returns, probably.
When I'm traveling... no. When I'm traveling and I'm in various time zones and I can't get to sleep, I take a half of one of Luke's pills sometimes.
You looked at me with such shame in your eyes. There is no shame
Okay,
in your
I'm just
Xanax.
telling you.
It's okay.
Okay, good. There's no shame.
I have
in it.
my baby rattle, okay,
Okay.
and you have your Xanax, and we all need our things.
I don't
okay?
call it Xanax, I call it Luke's pills.
What Luke's?
Because my dog was named Luke by Luke's
Luke.
pills. Anyway. No shame.
No shame.
No shame.
No shame. Actually, that is very important because, look, it might be a process, and you might have to try this and then try that. But the important thing is that you're working with someone that's an expert in medicine. So please, when you leave here today, having heard from me about this, or anyone that's watching this later, please leave knowing that I'm sharing my personal experience with you, but I am not prescribing you.
For sure. We got that, right?
You understand?
Yes.
Okay? And I am not at liberty to prescribe you. I just am sharing my story, and I have an unorthodox box of medication, and it has changed my life.
So you use medication, but you also do many other things to keep yourself spiritually sound and centered.
So I meditate.
Yeah.
I do transcendental meditation. It's great.
Yeah.
Bob Roth taught me.
Bob Roth taught me.
Okay. Isn't he great?
He's great.
He's great. Sorry.
Okay.
So I do that, and when I slip up on it, it's not the best because it's better when I do. And sometimes I can be in a ton of pain and meditate, and it goes away. It's amazing. I also work out every day, but I also listen to my body. So if I'm in a lot of pain and deep stress, I might not do either as hard of a workout, or I might, not work out at all. I do listen to my body, and I listen to what it's telling me. I do talk therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, and I also do lots of other things like opposite action, for example. So let's say you're feeling really depressed, and you're at home, and you've been at home for 7 days straight, and you just can't leave the house, and you practice opposite action. Someone invites you to go somewhere, or you reach out to a friend and you say, hey, you want to play a game of poker? Get up, get in your car, and go. Opposite action. That's something that I do all the time.
So you're actively working on yourself all the time?
All the time, I actively work on myself. I have to. If I don't, I will sit and I will be in pain all day.
So when is the process of creating LG6 happening?
For years.
For years. For years.
Not 4 years, but for years.
Okay. And it's happening.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Don't worry, we're having a self-care conversation, but I still am going to make music, don't worry.
Because we were talking earlier, I was talking earlier to Julianne Hough, and she said that dance is her superpower.
Oh, yeah.
Your superpower is music?
I think I have a few superpowers. I just haven't used them all yet. I'm getting ready. I've got a wand in my purse.
I know your superpower, certainly one of them, was creating the Born This Way Foundation.
Thank
I think
you.
it's one of the greatest things you've done.
Thank you.
Not only did you have that great, that anthem that became an anthem for so many people's lives, to say, I radically accept myself as I am, because I was born this way. So tell us what you intended, because intention is so important to us, what you intended when you created the work of that foundation.
The work of that foundation was something that a lot of people didn't understand for a long time.
Yeah.
They're like, what do you guys do? Like, you raise money for what? We were like, for a kinder and braver world. And they would go, it's really that simple. We want to create a kinder and braver world. And they're like, I don't understand. So what we do is we do research, and we also provide resources so that people can learn more about mental health, the importance of kindness, and also we've put mental health first aid in schools around the country. And as also part of my commitment, this might be separate from the other epicenter of healing work that I want to do, is I want a mental health professional in every school in this country.
We need it.
And
we need it.
I want mental health to be its own class. What is health class? Sex ed? Is that what we're still doing? Is sex ed?
I don't even know.
I mean, like, what are we learning about in health class? We should be learning about the brain. And the heart.
We should be learning about the brain
and the mind and the
works.
body and its connection and all the things.
Yes.
So I want there to be someone in every school that someone can go to if they're in need of help, or that someone can go to if they see that someone else needs help, and that at the same time, it is a requirement in every school that you learn about the importance of kindness, you learn about triggers, you learn about depression. 44% of the population is suffering from depression, and it's because of loneliness. This is because of our cell phones, and social media. This is not lonely because we don't have partners. We are literally collapsing around each other. There's all these walls, and we're collapsing around each other, unable to have this personal, interpersonal connection. It's got to stop.
It's got to stop. And I know one of the things you're doing at the Born This Way Foundation is your approach to courage is to take little bites of bravery and teaching other people how to, which I love this idea of little bites of bravery.
Just be a little braver every day. You know, like if you feel like you can't do something, just go do a little. Just a little bit. And I promise you, before you know it, you're taking a big old bite of bravery, and it's amazing. And it can be something small. Like for me, if I don't feel well, and maybe I have an off day, I have nothing to do, but I don't feel well, simply by, taking a bath and massaging some CBD oil on my body, and then going to the mirror, brushing my hair, putting on some makeup, getting dressed. These are also things that you learn in DBT, right? That if you don't feel well, whether it's mind or body, you got to keep moving. You got to keep going. It's called throwing yourself into the moment. Throw yourself into the moment. Take a little bit of a bite of that bravery. Even if you only make it to the bath and you don't make it to the mirror, you did something.
And I know that for you, I would say gratitude is my religion. It's the thing I practice with, deep consciousness and a sense of like regularity and discipline about it. And for you, that is kindness.
It is kindness. Kindness heals the world. The earth is a slowly rotting apple on a kitchen counter.
Oh, no.
It's the truth.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but it's just true. I mean, it's like if you put an apple on the
slowly
couch,
rotting apple.
But it's slow. It's really slow, right? But we have to be kind to that apple, to the humanity of that apple, and we have to be kind to the environment to keep that apple alive as long as possible, and that's through kindness.
Yes, yes.
And I have actually my commitment here.
I want to hear your commitment.
I commit to gratitude, to bring the greatest minds I can find in the world together to one by one solve the mental health crisis that is plaguing our world. I want to create an epicenter of healing, because when I give to others, I give also back to myself.
Indeed. Lady Gaga gave up her vacation to come and sit and share her truth with us. Thank you.
Can I just say, Oprah, I love you.
I love you back, girl. I love you back. Oh. You're so right. Lady Gaga!